Okay, right, and we're here today to announce that Darren Mullen has committed himself for the next 3 years to the club, and we're delighted that Darren has committed himself, and we'll have a few words from Darren in a moment or two.
Darren, it's a 3-year commitment. You've been here for 5 years already. What was the thinking behind committing yourself officially for 3 years?
I suppose a bit of stability. I've been here 5 years. It's been a long enough time, but it was a case of planning ahead for the future. We're now one league off the Premiership, and no matter what happens, the remainder of the season we need to start planning ahead for next season, whatever league we're in. And I think that 3 years, myself and the rest of the coaching staff, that gives that bit of stability in terms of keeping the players we have and attracting new players to the club. So that was really the reason behind it.
I suppose from the point of view of both yourself and the club, it gives a sense of stability for the next 3 years at the bare minimum.
Yeah, it's a commitment on both sides. I say we've made terrific progress in the past 5 years, and hopefully that will continue. But like any club, there's always questions in terms of next season. Who's staying, who's going, or whatever. I think it's vital that from the management end of it, players know themselves what's happening for next season. So I spoke to the players earlier on to advise them what's happening. So yeah, delighted, very proud, as I've said before, as a Newry man, to manage the club, and now to have another 3 years. Hopefully we can continue the success we've had.
And the timing of the announcement is quite important. You've obviously a pivotal run in when you push for promotion. It was good for the players. It should be a boost for the players and the supporters and everybody around the club that you've committed your future to the club.
Yeah, hopefully, if we now go on a poor run, then they might say otherwise. But yeah, it's. I spoke to the committee at the start of the week, and I suppose maybe different than some other managers. I've had a big hand in a lot of the off the field matters. The committee have done terrific work when we've got up and going, and we had a meeting on Monday night how to push the club forward off the pitch as well as on it. So that links in with that as well. As part of my role, even over the next 3 years now, will be having some input into off-field matters as well. Obviously the committee will have control, but if things are running smooth off the pitch, it helps me then on it as well. So yes, it's about, I suppose at this stage, commitment and a bit of more stability at the club.
It's been a continuous progression over the last 5 years. Is this just another sign that there's plans ahead to progress the club even further than it's already progressed since its formation?
Yeah, as I said, the committee have done terrific work and are continuing to do terrific work. There's a serious amount of work that's going on off the pitch, and it's a great credit to Jack and the other lads involved in that. We're not a club that have been sitting on our hands, even in terms of looking at what sort of players we're going to need for next season. So the two marry up. A lot of work going on off the pitch, and this agreement, if you like, leaves it that we can plan further ahead rather than just for the summer or next season, because we are extremely ambitious as a club. The facilities we have are second to none, but we want to continue to improve those facilities and the team as well. So I think it's a good sign for the club that we're in a position to agree a 3-year agreement. I spoke to the coaching staff before I spoke to the players, and it's vital that they come on board as well, because I'm the manager and maybe get the plaudits and being the figurehead, but at the same time I couldn't do it without Mickey, Remy, Jervis and Gary. So they have all agreed as well to stay on now for the next 3 years, and that's vital as well, because we've been a team now for the past 6 years, and hopefully, as I said, we can continue the success on the pitch.
Martin, as the club chairman, how important was it to get your manager and somebody who's been pivotal? He's been one of the lifebloods of the club. How important was it to get him tied down and agreed on another 3 years here at the club?
Well, obviously we're delighted that the manager has committed himself to the next 3 years, and the timing couldn't be better, because just a few days after our 5th birthday, you might say, and with plans afoot for our centenary celebrations, this adds. And we're striving to become more professional on a weekly basis, and Darren shows a lot of professionalism, a lot of commitment, and that bleeds into the committee too. And he's a driving force behind both our team off the pitch and our team on the pitch, which is more important than anything. And that's why we felt that it was imperative that we could hold on to this and retain the services, if you like. So we're delighted with that.
So Darren, lastly, at the end of this 3 years, Where would you like to be sitting?
The aim has always been, and will continue to be, an established Premiership club. You know, we have the facilities for it, and everybody knows the history of the club and where we've come from. We have terrific progress, but personally I won't be happy until we're back in the Premiership and established in the Premiership is where the club needs to be. You know, the committee have shown you know, a tremendous amount of backing. The players have all bought into it. I mean, the fans have been terrific. So I would like to think within those 3 years that we're closer to that goal of being an established Premiership team.